terrific life destruction which is taking place. That we will also have the meaningful discussion the sustained diplomatic initiatives which have been missing from the international community.
What happened here? So, I've been living in Ireland for 7 years now. I never had a problem with Irish people, with the Irish government. We are here to stay. I have 2 young kids here. I'm teaching at UCD as well. But the last 15 months have been unbearable here. We feel that we are talking basically to the walls and trying to explain what is anti-Semitism to us and how it affects us. And it's really disheartening to see that there is no opposition in terms of our public opinion, and like no one gives us voice. So what happened here after Michael D Higgins said a lot of comments that are very hurtful and dismissive to our experience. One of them was that anti-Semitism in Ireland is a PR stunt by the Israeli embassy. We're just asked repeatedly, what does it do here in this commemoration event, which is the only way publicly mourn about the Holocaust and only way to gather as Jews nowadays in Ireland. Peaceful way to protest with Michael D Higgins and his comments. The only thing we were able to find is just to get up, to turn our backs closer to his finishing the speech, and only if he says something that it's offended to us. What he said that was offended to us about the Israeli state and what is happening here. I'm not supportive of anything. I would have wanted to see the war ended 13 months before and all the hostages back. This is not the case. I'm not responsible to that. None of my Israeli and Jewish friends are responsible to that. And to see Higgins hijacking our commemoration event is just unbearable. It's ours, it's not yours. And it feels like President Higgins did just like check the boxes within the Stockholm Declaration, because Ireland is a part of the IHRA. It has to have this commemoration, but nothing of what he said is actually following what it means to commemorate the Holocaust.
And did you plan this? Was this, did you foresee that you would get up and say, even put your backs to President Higgins?
No, so we did plan to, again, we said if there is something controversial, we will stand up and turn our backs. This was planned, but also we waited for so long in his speech, and he said a lot of controversial things, but we waited until we couldn't wait any longer. And that's it, we stood up, we turned our backs as peaceful as we can. No shouting, no posters, no nothing. And then someone came and grabbed me to leave the vicinity, which again, it's our event to commemorate. How am I, as a Jew, being kicked out of my event? I can't get it. And so I'm still in shock about what happened, to tell you the truth. I couldn't see who is grabbing me and what is happening. I think it's the security from within the place itself. I don't think it was the Gardaí. I was escorted by the Gardaí afterwards. But yeah, I'm still very shaking, and I didn't see it coming, honestly.
Can I just ask you, I actually saw you being dragged out. What was that all about? Because I didn't see you. Did you raise your voice before they dragged you out? Or
so we were standing, it was the 4 of us standing together, but I know of other people who were actually standing at the event doing the same thing. Then they asked my friend who is pregnant to leave. She also dragged out, but in a more subtle and gentle way, I think. She went, then this woman came and grabbed me, and then only then I was starting like saying to her, how can you take a Jewish person out of this commemoration event? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just standing, like, this is the only way of protest I can think about. It was being as quiet, as peaceful as can be, because like we don't have protests around here for Jews or for Israelis. Like, we had 3 last year and that's it. But we do see Hezbollah and Hamas flags all the time with no condemning. And when we want to do a protest of our own, because we feel we've been dismissed and our voices have been completely silenced, we don't have the ability to do that anywhere.
And was there any part of the speech that you felt was satisfactory?
The beginning of the speech was lovely. This is why we didn't get up at that point, because he talked about human rights. We all are great supporters of human rights. As I said again, we have problems with what Israel is doing. Like, just we feel that the media and Irish people need to talk more with the Israelis, because the Israelis are here. We are not bloodthirsty. We are not okay with kids being murdered. It's not our belief. It's not the values that we grew up on. It's totally different. And the beginning of the speech was really, really okay. This is why we didn't get up.
What exactly did he say to you that made you turn your back?
So first of all, I have a couple of issues. I'm a Holocaust researcher. So I'm well aware of what is the Holocaust. The narrative that the Holocaust is a war on faith, a religious war against the Jews, it's a false narrative. It's not true. Most of the Jews that were murdered were not religious Jews. They were not observant. They were considered Jews by race, okay? So like the entire comprehensive of anti-Semitism as I can be considered as anti-Semite only if I burn the Bible or only if I burn synagogue. This is a misconception of anti-Semitism. So like this is part of what Higgins is kind of telling to the public, that we know that it's not true. The second part is by the fact that he raises again the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We as Jews, we do feel that Israel is our homeland, right? But in a commemoration event for the Holocaust, there is no place for nowadays politics. I wanted to speak in this event actually, but there were instructions of no Israeli speaking. So it's not even the Israeli ambassador, it's Israelis. All for criticizing Israel. If I can be in a pro-Palestinian protest and march with the Israeli flag, I would do that. Two-state solution, it's me, okay? But there is a difference between criticizing Israel and calling for one-state solution, which means to eliminate the Israeli state. This is something I can't be a part of, okay? So not having the concept of that, not having the nuance of anti-Semitism, of what Israel means, is just so hard to navigate with this atmosphere.
Okay.